let's talk about the digital platform.
Yeah.
Because we're in COVID.
Yeah.
And there's been an influx of digital material.
Exactly.
I think that's the
what has opened up for everybody now.
Yeah. And you started yours quite early, a few years back.
A year. Let's say a year
back.
Yeah.
But what prompted that now? Your foray into the digital space?
I think I saw pretty early that digital is the future, because let's look at how Oprah Winfrey has done her brand. You know, right now she's primarily focused on digital. The Oprah shows, all the different soul sessions with Oprah, everything she's doing is digital. Yeah? What is Steve Harvey doing? He's doing digital. Facebook Watch. He's moved from being hired or paid at a station to doing it in his own. There must be something, and that's what I had seen last year. I had seen there is something in this thing because it's easily accessible. Yes, we're growing, and it's taken a bit longer for us to have everybody access data or Wi-Fi, but it is the future because people are consuming content a lot more. They want things that are engaging. They want it short and quick. They want to get the information and go. They don't have time for too much other interruptions. They don't want to have to wait for a show until next week. They want to keep going. And so when you think about it that way, and the fact that I can go back and watch it, then there must be something in it. And even when we were doing Talk Central, for example, in those 2 years, we could track our viewership better on YouTube. If we didn't upload a show on YouTube, there would be people complaining. Wapi show, because they maybe didn't have time to wait for it after the 9 o'clock news on a weekday. So there had to be something in this digital, and I was right. Yeah.
What are your various offerings on the digital platform?
So right now, what I have is a show called Live and Uncut, which is on YouTube now. We began doing Facebook Live, yeah, and it would be candid interviews with different types of personalities, but I would call them to tell me about themselves, but while tackling something that was bothering me, so that we bring out my personality, because I felt a lot of times people only knew me as a radio personality. They didn't know me in a different facet, and you know, after 10 years it's understandable, but I needed to show them a different side of me. So we began with Facebook Live. The challenge I had is that we could only get the crews together during the day. So the challenge with that is that most people would miss it, you know, catching up would be tricky. Then we would edit a shorter version of what happened and put it on YouTube. Did that for a couple of months, and then we realized, okay, maybe the people on YouTube need us more, because people on YouTube are like, I wanted to watch the whole show. Me, I'm not on Facebook. You know, all sorts of excuses. So I decided, okay, why don't I just create the show and edit it for YouTube? And that's simpler, and that's how we started. So fast forward to now, when we are having this challenge of COVID, and I'm like, getting the crews together or inviting guests might be tricky, and all that. And I said, okay, I know about Zoom, let's figure it out. So currently, I'm recording Zoom shows and editing them and putting them up on YouTube. Bora, the content is good, it's kind of working. And so that's my YouTube. It's called Kalekye Mumo KM Network. Then amid COVID again, April 1st, I decided to start something. Actually, I don't think I decided. It decided upon me, if that makes any sense. It happened that I'm sitting there thinking, okay, now we can't shoot. And we used to shoot almost every other week, like every 2 weeks we're shooting. I'm like, okay, this gear, I've bought it, it's here. What am I going to do with it? I have podcasting gear, microphones, mixer, everything, lights. So one day I just start, COVID boredom, setting up in my dining room. I'm like, show, twende IG live. And I just created something on IG Live and I called it KM Radio.
Yeah.
Right now, my viewership on that has been amazing. I have people I can call, Team Kalekye there, that I didn't know about from all sorts of places around the world. I mean, I have people in Germany, I have people in Australia, who are guys who are telling me they're in China, guys who are where, and they tune in, contribute, and we have great conversations. So what my key conversations are across the two platforms has been about being able to change people's perspectives, starting with self. And I realize that a lot of the way we are, the way we treat other people, the way we engage in different relationships, whether it is on a family-based, nuclear family, whether it's with your lover, whether with who, we operate without fully fixing ourselves first, right? So these shows are primarily about changing your perspective about different aspects of life and stop questioning so much about what about the other person, what about me, what am I doing, what's my contribution. The same way we say, if you keep attracting a narcissist as a person to date, what are you giving the narcissist that makes them come to you? So we constantly talk about different relationship aspects, and I allow the audience to DM their questions so they can come and we make them a topic, and it's been fantastic. Yeah, so in the middle of all that, I'm still doing social media influencing, and of course with COVID it's been a bit slow. So I decided, okay, how do I help small businesses while still helping myself be visible? And I started something, this is about 3 weeks ago, and it's called Move It Tuesday, where you can move your small online business on my stories. That is for Instagram, for Facebook. And then I added some value and said, listen, I can also do you mentions on this thing I'm calling KM Radio. If I build it enough, then I can show the bigger brands, look, if these small guys are coming and I'm doing their mentions and they're happy and they are getting their stuff, why are you sleeping? You get what I mean? So that's how I've looked at it, and that's how I'm working right now. This past week we had, I think, the most mentions on the 2-hour show. I got 6 different clients just for the show. So as much as, yes, I'm not charging them a bomb because I know they're going through things right now, yes, I have been able to get good traction for them, yes, and they're happy. I have repeat clients. So I think it's going to go well. So that is why I believe digital is the future. Yes. We connect faster. People who are doing online shops are doing better than having to pay for a spot and open a shop. You know, it's less hassle. COVID has taught us we can work from home and we won't die. And people don't have to come and see me in a physical shop to get what I'm offering. Yeah. So that's really been the main thing. But in all of this, the biggest lesson for me is I am good at helping people figure out their weaknesses in their life. Most people ask me, oh, help us be as confident as you, help us be able to speak the way you speak. And so that's how I started the life coaching aspect, where I am able to give you coaching on public speaking, building your self-confidence, and I'm trying to work on something that will be big enough to host people on a mass kind of platform and be able to do that. Yeah, so